Welcome, everybody. I'm Joe from the Game House. Today, we'll be doing a 2025 NFL mock draft for the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are on the clock in our 2025 NFL mock draft series here at the Game House. We'll be going through every NFL team for a mock draft before the 2025 NFL draft. We're using the NFL mock draft database simulator. I like it because it meshes big boards from across the internet to make their big board instead of just using one site's big board. And we'll be rejecting all trades to keep it as realistic as possible. So, Cowboys on the clock. They have a lot of needs, a lot more than they usually do. Oh boy, would that be fun with Cowboys fans. Uh, Looking at quarterback Shador Sanders and just Dion and everything, but that's not going to happen. I think they're going to go wide receiver here because I don't know Ashton Genty's getting to 12. But if Ashton Genty does get to 12, I think they're going to take him. So I'm going to take Ashton Genty here. I don't know how much he's going to fall, but you do need a running back, and it does help the offense. He can help as a receiver, even though he didn't do it much last season. 2 years ago, he kind of showed that out. So trying to get in a wide receiver later in the draft. Again, there's running backs who fall, and this is a good running back class, but Ashton Genty is a step above in that regard. So not wide receiver here at the top of the board. Trey Harris, I think, could be a good consideration there. Um, but I'm having trouble passing off Walter Nolan. He's a round one player. Very good motor too. I know it's not the biggest need, but Mozzie Smith, I'm getting sick of seeing him in the middle for the Cowboys. Let's go to pick 76 and see if we can get one of these wide receivers or an edge or something to help a position that is more of need. Still running backs there, interior offensive lineman. Trey Harris is still there. Let's take him. I think he's a guy who I have a second round grade on, and I think he's can be a very good, a bigger bodied receiver, a lot different than CD Lamb. So he kind of changes up that wide receiver room as a whole as well. I think he can contribute from day one for them and be a solid wide receiver two in the league. And if pick 76, I think he'd take that every time. So we have to wait for pick 149 for the Cowboys now. Wants me to take Quinn Ewers. That's kind of shocking. Let's see if we can get some edge help. Jared Ivey's on the board. Felt like anyone else who's kind of down here on edge. Doesn't look like there's anyone within range on at least on their board. Ja Joyner, I think I like Jared Ivey a little bit better. So I'll take Jared Ivey. Maybe he can start off as a rotational rusher and develop into something more. But pick 149, hoping that these guys are developmental guys, not guys who are going to play right away anyway. Next pick up. Let's go Seth McLaughlin, the interior offensive lineman out of Ohio State. He's a center, played center in Alabama, then transferred to Ohio State. Seemed to fix some of his snap problems early in the season that he had at Alabama, but also got hurt this past season too, so he'll be coming off of injury. Already got defensive line, so I don't know if we'll go that way. Um, let's go Sebastian Castro, more of a slot guy, corner. Um, I don't know that I like his athleticism, but I think he can really play the slot decently well, especially pick 200. All right, pick 211. We'll go Kobe King, the linebacker out of Penn State. They've taken a lot of linebackers over the last couple of years, but I think he could be a guy who starts on special teams and then ends up producing a lot more. I think we're going to double dip a wide receiver here. Just the way the board's falling, Isaac Tesla wouldn't be bad, but I like Pat Bryant here. Another bigger guy, but can kind of stretch the field a little bit different than Trey Harris in a couple ways, and really different than CD Lamb. So just make sure you get that wide receiver room figured out for Dak Prescott and help this offense. Jarquez Hunter would be good value. We already took running back there, so I don't think we're going to take two. Maxon Hook is a very good player. Just trying to see. Kamen Rucker, the edge out of North Carolina. To get another edge rotational guy here late, I don't think is a bad idea. And then let's go Jake Brenningstool, the tight end out of Clemson, just to get some depth at the position as well. All right, so let's go back through this mock draft for the Dallas Cowboys. Ashton Genty falls in our laps. We're going to take him. Really good player. I think he's going to have 1,000 yards rushing in this offense if you take him. Easy first year. Walter Nolan, the defensive lineman out of Ole Miss, very good motor, plays hard, good athlete. I think hitting at 44, you can develop him, and it really helped the interior defensive line. His teammate Trey Harris, out of Ole Miss as well, wide receiver. Good, big, physical receiver who I think can complement this offense. Jared Ivey, the edge out of Ole Miss. Didn't even notice we took three Ole Miss guys back to back to back. Rotational rusher. Seth McLaughlin, the center out of Ohio State. A guy who I think could have a role in this offense somewhere down the line. Sebastian Castro, the safety slot out of Iowa. Kobe King, the linebacker out of Penn State. Pat Bryant, the wide receiver out of Illinois. Kamen Rucker, the edge out of North Carolina. And Jake Brenningstool, the tight end out of Clemson. Let me know what you think of this mock draft down in the comments below. We'll be doing more mock drafts for every NFL team before the 2025 NFL draft. For now, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.